When the HS2 project was first granted Royal Assent back in February 2017, it was heralded not merely as a railway, but as a tectonic shift in British capability. It was to be the nation's new high-speed backbone, a catalyst for growth that would shrink the distance between our great northern cities and the capital. We were promised a benchmark in civil engineering excellence, a project better managed, safer, and more sophisticated than any infrastructure undertaking in our history. But in the 9 years since that Royal Ascent, the high speed dream has decelerated into a sluggish, expensive, and dangerously managed embarrassment. The original vision was grand, a network connecting London to Birmingham, Manchester, and Leeds, providing vital capacity to a Victorian era rail system bursting at the seams. But today, that vision lies in tatters. The project has been curtailed to a stump, stretching only from London to Birmingham. Even this truncated version faces further degradation. The government is currently weighing the possibility of running slower trains to save electricity and to reduce costs. A project sold on the premise of 225 miles an hour cutting edge travel may well end up as a little more than a slow train to nowhere, delivering marginal time savings at a cost that has spiralled towards £67 billion for phase one alone. However, the betrayal of the British public goes deeper than scrapped routes and reduced speeds. HS2 was marketed as a benchmark for worker training and competence. The HS2 Skills, Education and Employment Strategy promised to create a highly skilled transport infrastructure workforce and a lasting legacy for the UK economy. It was to be the gold standard for health and safety. The reality, revealed in recent reports, is a damning indictment of the UK civil engineering sector's ability to deliver on its grandest promises. In just 4 years, HS2 has recorded a staggering 2,300 near-miss incidents. That's not a statistic that suggests a project under the closest possible scrutiny. It suggests a project where safety is secondary to the desperate scramble to manage a failing timeline. Among those thousands of incidents are serious near misses that highlight a fundamental breakdown in contractor competence and leadership. In late 2025, work was halted across London tunnel sites following a serious safety incident during the disassembly of a gantry crane at the Green Parkway vent shaft. By some miracle, no one was physically harmed, but the incident exposed a rot in the project's management. Reports indicate that HS2 had actually raised concerns about contractor safety and practices months before that incident occurred. The sheer volume of near misses, averaging more than one a day over the last 4 years, suggests that the engineering excellence that we were promised is a myth. For a project of this scale, visibility, and importance, such figures are inexcusable. They point to a culture where standardized, repeatable procedures are discarded in reckless attempts to meet impossible milestones. The UK construction sector, once a source of national pride, appears to be struggling under the weight of a project that is too big to fail, but too poorly managed to succeed. The government's response to this mess has been a series of panicked retreats. Transport Secretary Heidi Alexander has spoken of drawing a line in the sand, but that sand is shifting. The proposal to run trains at slower speeds to save money is the final admission of defeat. If HS2 is no longer high speed and no longer connects the north to the south, what exactly is it? Furthermore, the impact on local communities has been nothing short of monstrous. In villages like Water Orton, residents describe lives destroyed by noise and vibration. Homes are cracking, gardens are unusable due to dust, and HS2's response has been to offer compensation tied to non-disclosure agreements, a bully tactic that reflects the project's moral bankruptcy. The failure of HS2 is a failure of British ambition. More specifically, it's a failure of British governance and engineering leadership. We were told this project would prove we could still build big, build fast, and build safe. Instead, we've proven that we can spend billions to achieve almost nothing. We've built a monument to incompetence. The government's procurement strategy needs to be questioned. How were contracts awarded to joint ventures that consistently failed to meet safety benchmarks? Why was the project scope allowed to balloon while its utility was concurrently gutted? The civil engineering sector must also face a reckoning. If our leading firms can't ensure the safety of their staff, how can they be trusted with the grand promises of the future? HS2 was sold to us as the new high-speed backbone of Britain. Instead, it's become a cautionary tale. It's the story of a gold-plated dream meeting the cold reality of a nation that's forgotten how to manage complex infrastructure. The promises of capacity, speed, and excellence have all been broken. And what remains is a project that's lost its way, a government that's lost its grip, and a construction sector that's lost its reputation. The slow train to nowhere hasn't even arrived yet, but already the cost of the ticket has been far too high.